Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. At least one person feared dead in Ocher's crash, and RSC renews call for road users to be careful. One person is feared dead following a two-vehicle collision along the Ocher's bypass in St. Anne on December 18. Police reports are that about 2 p.m., the driver of a BMW motorcar overtook a line of traffic and collided into a Hyundai motor car. The occupants of both vehicles were taken to hospital, where one of them reportedly died. The others are being treated. Meanwhile, Vice Chairman of the National Road Safety Council, Dr. Lucian Jones, is again urging road users to exercise caution on the nation's roadways. Noting that road crashes tend to increase during the festive season, he says it is important that persons use the roadways with care. He says persons should wear the necessary safety gear.
With 460 road deaths for this year already, the National Road Safety Council is again appealing to all road users, drivers, passengers, pillion riders, and pedestrians to be extremely careful on the roads, not only for the Christmas season, but always. But we know that during the festive season, a lot of people are going to be on the roads. People are going to be tempted to drink and drive and to cross the road without the kind of care that we wish they would. So please be very careful. Put on your seat belts as you get in the car, both front and back. If you're in a taxi, look for it, ask for it. You're supposed to wear it. Make sure you put on the helmet, both the driver of the motorcycle and the pillion rider. Make sure the helmet is buckled properly. Do not drink and drive. Make sure you use the road carefully when crossing. Look carefully. Wear bright colored clothes at night. Make sure that when Christmas comes, it will catch you in a good mood and not plunge your family into grief and despair.
R.J.R. Gleaner Sports Foundation, saddened by death of Carmen Clark. The R.J.R. Gleaner Sports Foundation says it is saddened by the news of the death of Carmen Clark, a former administrator for the National Sportsman and Sportswoman of the Year Awards. Clark was the administrator of the awards event when it was sponsored by Caracas and continued in that role for a few years under the R.J.R. Gleaner Sports Foundation. Carmen was a competent and committed administrator who was a consistent guest at the foundation at numerous events long after she worked with the foundations. A statement from the foundation said, "We pay tribute to her for her valuable contribution to the recognition of excellence in sports and express our sympathies to her family and friends at this challenging time," the statement continued. 19-year-old dies in St. Mary collision. A 19-year-old has died as a result of injuries she received in a motor vehicle collision at the intersection of Westmoreland Bridge and Georgia Main Road in St. Mary on Saturday, December 17. Dead is Lee Anna Lee of a Golden Spring address in St. Andrew. Reports from the Anna Bay Police are that about 5:15 p.m., Lee was a passenger in a motor vehicle that collided with a Isuzu motor truck at the intersection. The injured people were transported to hospital where Lee was pronounced dead. 2 firearms and 8 rounds of ammunition seized in Rockford, Kingston. 2 9mm pistols and 8 rounds of ammunition were seized by the Joint Anti-Gang Task Force in Rockford, Kingston on December 18. The weapons were seized during a targeted operation. 1 man has been arrested in relation to the seizure. Investigations continue. Popcorn storms off stage during set at Burna Boy concert. Dancehall artist Popcorn left the stage during his performance at the Burna Boy concert in Kingston after audio issues left patrons booing on Sunday. The unruly boss, given name Andre Sutherland, came out energetic and ready to give the crowd a good time, but technical difficulties caused him to storm off during his set. "Don't try romp with me no man, fix up the thing man," Popcorn said angrily to the event's technical team. Popcorn eventually returned to the stage after the issue was rectified. Fisherman charged after illegal gun found in vehicle. A 25-year-old fisherman has been charged with illegal possession of firearm and ammunition following an incident along Greenvale Road, Bull Bay, St. Andrew on Monday, August 29. Charged is Kimani Williams of Lagoon Avenue, Kingston 17. Reports from the Bull Bay Police are that about 1:50 p.m., the lawmen, acting on information, stopped and searched a black 2011 Toyota Prima motor car, which was occupied by Williams and 3 other men. A 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 4 9mm cartridges was found under the driver's seat. Williams was charged on Saturday, December 17, after a question and answer interview. New Bail Act to include provision to prevent persons from being lost in prison system. The new Bail Act will include a provision to prevent persons from being lost in the prison system. Minister of Legal and Constitutional Affairs Marlene Malahou Fort made the disclosure recently. The update follows several cases of prisoners being held in lockup for years and sometimes decades without trial for any crimes. The matter was brought to public attention in 2020 after 81-year-old Noel Chambers died in a correctional facility after waiting for 40 years without being tried. At the almost recent Joint Selected Committee in the 2022 Bail Act, committee member Fitzjackson sought assurances from Chairperson Mrs. Malahou Fort that there would be safeguards to prevent such reoccurrences. Mrs. Malahou Fort noted that there was one particular provision that spoke to this issue. She said it would allow a judge to, once every 2 weeks, carry out a review of cases involving defendants who were granted bail but were unable to take it up. A list of those defendants would be supplied to the court at the start of each week.
Insofar as the legislator's duty go, no one should be lost in custody again. Here is the provision, a reflection of the evidence and the data that we review. And also because me, myself, for emphasis, have done it when I was on the bench and understand the merit of it. So the very concern that you were raising, we're imposing a mandatory duty on the judge to ensure that everyone who is in lockup is reviewed fortnightly. When we talk about the bill being evidence-based, these are the provisions that reflect the evidence we consider and the concerns that have been constantly raised in the criminal justice system and in the wider society, and they are being addressed.
Record 690,000 traffic tickets. Law-breaking motorists have this year so far been issued approximately 690,000 traffic tickets for various offences, the highest number in the island's history, Assistant Commissioner of Police ACP Gary Mackenzie disclosed on Friday. Still, just about 60% of tickets remain unpaid, he noted, pointing out that this number is expected to decrease as people scramble to close arrears with the new Road Traffic Act RTE expected to take effect by early 2023. Mackenzie also outlined that special enforcement plans are being put in place to nab unruly motorists and curb recklessness during the holiday period. The record number of tickets have been issued as the authorities grapple with more than 450 road deaths since the start of the year, and demands for public transport operators for an amnesty on millions in unpaid tickets, a proposal which has sparked widespread public outrage in the light of reckless driving practices of such operators who work havoc on the nation's roadways. Those who have been given until January 31st to pay in order to benefit from relief from fines and demerit points, a move which has been criticized as an amnesty, but the government has dismissed. In July, Justice Minister Delroy Chuck told Parliament during the debate on the road traffic legislation that of the 500,000 tickets issued annually since 2017, an average of 282,000 end up in court and less than 70,000 are actually paid. You have some indisciplined and lawless motorists who feel that these tickets can be ignored. They are collecting traffic tickets like confetti, he told the House of Representatives. Notwithstanding the implementing February rollout of the RTE, which will see the offenders being slapped with an extensive list of hefty fines, the mayhem and carnage have continued unabated. Up to Friday, the Road Safety Unit reported 457 deaths from 396 collisions, with the main cause being excessive speeding. Road safety experts such as Vice Chairman of the National Road Safety Council, Dr. Jones, have warned that if the numbers remain on the current trajectory, fatalities could surpass last year's 487, the highest ever recorded on the island's road network. The top three categories with the highest number of fatalities this year are motorcyclists 135, pedestrian 100, and private motor car drivers 81. The overwhelming number of those killed are males 84%. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell.